I want you to imagine for a second that you have just won a trip of a lifetime, a once in a lifetime trip. This trip, all expenses paid, free food, free whatever, excursions, everything's included. Flight is included. All you have to do is pack your bags and go on this trip. You can take a friend, your significant other. They are included also. This is a once in a lifetime trip, and it's anywhere you want. You can pick the destination, and it's going to be a week of vacation. Now here's the thing. What if you also knew that on this trip you are going to experience some bumps in the road? So maybe your wallet's going to get lost. It's going to rain on the third day of the trip, ruining some of your plans. Maybe the seventh day you get some food poisoning, and you're also going to get in a fight with that significant other or that friend that you chose to take with you, and you're going to lose that friendship. That relationship's going to end because of this trip. What's also going to happen on this trip is you're going to meet the love of your life, or you're going to meet a lifelong friend. You're going to have experiences that you could never even dream of in your current life. You can't even replace what's about to happen to you on this trip. So there's going to be good things, there's going to be bad things. There's going to be wins and there's going to be losses. Would you go? Would you, knowingly seeing all of the storms that are possibly going to happen with this trip, but also all of the blessings that are going to come along with this trip, would you still go on this trip? And I ask you this because I want you to know that you would. You absolutely would. You may even think right now, maybe depending on where you are in your life right now, you may even think, there's no way, I just don't want another storm. I don't want it. But if you could really sit for a second and see into the future and see that love of your life you're going to meet and all of the amazing things you're going to do together, or see that mountain you're going to get to climb and really see the views from the top of that mountain, the once in a lifetime just awareness of that you're on this amazing vacation, having the time of your life. Despite the losses, I know you would. The reason I know you would is because that is how incarnation and choosing to come here to this planet is, right? So months ago, I woke up with this phrase in my mind. The phrase was St. Petersburg experiment. So I don't know anything about this. I just go onto Google and put in St. Petersburg experiment. I don't see anything. But I see something called the St. Petersburg Paradox. And it's a mathematical theory. And I'm going to put a disclaimer here that I just watched a short YouTube on it. I am not going to be able to explain this in mathematical terms, but if I can find the link to that YouTube, I'm going to put it in the description box so that you can watch it if you're into that. But I'll basically break down what I understood from it from a I guess you could say an abstract understanding of why this would pop into my head and what I needed to learn from this. It was basically an experiment. So these rich guys were able to play this game infinite amount of times. You can play this game over and over and over. No rule for that. You're going to put in money and you're going to win a little bit of money back. Sometimes you're not. And eventually you can even hit it's kind of like the lottery. Eventually you can hit the biggest jackpot and win all of it. So you could possibly win $1 trillion, but you're going to be losing over time $1 billion. Would you still play this game if you knew you were going to lose some money along the way? And what he found was that, yes, people will play this game despite eventually over a span of 5 years. I don't know how long this experiment was, but of course the theory kind of projects out that someone would play this game for 50 years and lose this much money in 50 years, only gaining this much money. So they're kind of losing. They're over time losing, right? And it's kind of like the lottery. You're losing money every time you play, hoping that you're going to hit the jackpot. And maybe you'll win $20 one month, and then you play again. Maybe you play every day for a year, and throughout that year, you only won 3 times. So you only won maybe $50 ever, but you spent $200 playing the lottery. And so this paradox basically proves that not people are dumb enough, but that we will take a risk. It's just that we are hopeful enough. We believe that we can win. We have that faith that we will win, despite knowing the chances that we will lose. Knowing the probability, I should say, that we're going to lose more often than we win. And so that is essentially what we do when we choose to come here onto this planet. We sit as our astral selves in co-creation with the creator, with the creative energy, and we look and we plan and we say, all right, these are going to be my bumps in the road. I'm about to take this trip. I'm about to be a human, and it's a mess on this planet that I'm going to lose people I love. I'm going to struggle. I might even be like a victim of abuse and trauma, and I may even be living in the midst of war and chaos, but I'm also going to have these wins. I'm going to evolve in this way, discover this about myself, find my strength, discover whatever it is that, in that lifetime you want to evolve through. You're going to have those experiences, and we do it over and over and over and over and over and over an infinite amount of times, knowing that we're going to lose and lose and lose and experience loss and more loss and more loss. And the wins that we have will be greater and greater. So it's kind of like this lottery that we're taking part in. Eventually, over time, we are going to hit that jackpot. Maybe it won't be until many thousands of lifetimes, millions of lifetimes, but we enjoy playing this game, knowing that then when we hit that jackpot, we're like, I get it. I'm playing this game. This is actually, I've lost so much money, but I've gained so much. I've earned so much. I know so much. I realize so much about myself, about life, about everything. I just understand everything. I know that it's definitely a challenge to even think this about some of the hardships while you're in it, and say to yourself, I couldn't possibly have chosen these challenges. There's no way I would want to go through this or to experience this. However, I honestly, really, truly believe that we do. We are mature enough when we are in that higher awareness. We are mature enough. We are all understanding enough. We are so in unity with ourselves as the cosmic spirit of everything. In that unified consciousness, we say to ourselves, I definitely want to do this again. I will do it again and again and again and again, and I will gather wisdom. And I even want to say with that, even the idea of gathering wisdom is a very human way of putting something, because it's not like we're trying to accumulate, and I don't actually believe that we're just trying to gather and hold on to this wisdom. I think it's just a fluid process of learning, experiencing, all of it, the whole range, the whole spectrum of life. And we don't categorize that I only want to keep the wisdom that's good. I don't want to keep the wisdom that hurt me. We're just all absorbed into the spirit, into our existence, into our all-knowing, and we cherish every single part of it. In that, we are grateful for everything. We are grateful for every type of life we live. We choose to be the hero. We also choose to be the villain. We choose to be the bystander, the extras. We choose to be every type of role in that play, in that cosmic, choice that we're making. We want to be it all so that we can experience it all and feel it all. And my challenge for you is to see life in that way. As hard as it might be with the losses you may experience, I hope that you can see the people around you as mirrors to yourself. I hope you can see every nuance, every small little thing that happens in your life as a greater lesson, a greater understanding, a beautiful moment to be absorbed, and there's just a message in everything. And if you know in your heart, I chose this moment, and I'm going to look at it so closely. I'm going to look at it as if I am all-knowing, expansive, and all-accepting. And again, it can seem like, how can I accept this? How can I accept what is happening? And I have the same feelings. I look at what's happening around the world right now, and I'm like, what? How can I accept this? How can I say that I am part of this reality, that this is happening, and there's an aspect of me there that is okay with this and watching it happen? How can I possibly have chosen this? But as you sit and you reflect and you don't tie yourself to the personal, to the personhood, you don't say that, it's me going through this. Instead, you say, this is what's happening. This is what I'm looking at. What is happening, and why is it happening, and what is the greater underlying story of what is happening? It takes practice to do, but as you do it, you feel yourself expand. You feel yourself detach from the personhood and start to say, this is actually a beautiful cosmic story happening, like an interwoven story that's happening, which we're all playing a part in. And all we have to do is just see the story, and we can start to change it. You are constantly writing a story, and you have so much power as the writer of the story to tell the story in a way that you're choosing to. And so there is no right or wrong way. How you're going to write the story of what happened on this day today, whatever happened to you today, is going to be different than someone who was also there today, but their perspective is much different. Their story is different. Their reason for coming and embodying whoever they are is different than yours. You're sharing a moment in time, but it really is this amazing web that can't even be put into words of how we're all here on this planet experiencing our own separate lives as one living organism as the creator, right? How is this even possible that we're creating stories together, running into the same person again? And it's amazing. And I think that's why we choose to do it over and over and over again, because it is an absolutely magical experience of struggle and peace and joy and bliss and all of it, all of the above. If you feel like the world is too much of a weight, if you feel like, why would I ever want to continue to do this? Just know that you are powerful. You are absolutely powerful beyond your wildest imagination. You are powerful. You are powerful enough to come here and to choose it and to make it through it and to not make it through it, to fail. You were brave enough, courageous enough to say, I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to lose that person. I'm willing to lose myself. I'm willing to lose it all for the understanding and for the lessons and for the experience of it all. And so I commend you for that courage that you have. And I know that the rest of your life you are going to be writing such a beautiful story. So I'm sending you all my love on your journey, and thank you for watching.